Y'all not gonna want to believe this, but during the pandemic, breeders was getting scammed. YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I'm LB the Breeder. Man, I know a lot of y'all is not gonna like this, man, but for real, if you started breeding during the pandemic, 9 times out of 10, you was getting scammed. Yes, you was getting scammed. I started breeding during the pandemic. We was out here buying dogs for 10 bands, 8 bands, buying semen for 10 bands. And the value of that right now, or what you gonna get back from that right now, is not gonna equate to what you would it's not gonna equate to a good investment, man. Especially if your camp was not off the ground. You gotta think about it. Say you bought a stud for 10K, right? Say you bought a stud for 10K and you went and had puppies. Say you got 6 puppies, right? Say you got 6 puppies. You just starting your camp and you just getting off the ground. I'm talking about not then. I'm talking about now that your female is in heat and ready. And then you going to try to sell these dogs for 5 to 10 bands. Do you think you gonna get that just fresh off of your program right now and how things is with the dog economy? How much money you think you gonna make? 6 puppies, you spend 10K on a stud. I'm talking about a pretty good, a hot stud. You think you're gonna get 5 bands for each dog? You think you're going to get 6 bands for each dog? You think you're going to get 8? You think you're going to get 9? You think you're going to 10? Man, people out here only spending about 2 to 3 bands on a pup for a program that's just starting right now. During the pandemic, though, anybody could have a puppy and was going to be able to sell for 10 bands. You almost didn't even have to have, a known, a hype stud or a top stud to even breed to in order for you to get a bag off your pups. But now, right now, you gotta grind for your camp. It ain't just no overnight type of thing. And it's a lot of breeders right now that's getting out the game. They done for it. They don't want to deal with breeding no more. Breeders and individuals is out here quitting on these dogs, man. They quitting. I'm talking about people with good dogs, with good breed stock, all this stuff, because it's tough out here to keep these dogs and to be paying for them, taking care of them, and then trying to expect to get the money back that you're going to get when it's time to have puppies or for these stuffies. Man, we're going to keep it real. The average medium of what people is making a year annually is like 50 bands, right? So you think a person that's making 50 bands on average, that's what the medium is. In different states and stuff like that, of course, it's going to be different. But the average in America is like around 50 bands a year. So you think somebody's willing to spend 5 to 10 bands on just a dog without even talking about other expenses and stuff like that? Without it being no extra bread coming in? Hell nah. Hell nah. People was buying them dogs like that at them prices because people was getting money, man, that ain't never touched that type of money before. In all type of ways. From stocks to PPP loans to EDD money. People was getting bread all type of ways. And right now, when it comes to these dogs, it's almost like the stock market, right? It's almost like how the stock market was, or it's like the stock market. You have a high value, something becomes high value and everybody wants it. But then once it reaches that high, just like with the housing economy, just like with cars and all type of things, the prices on things start to go down. You feel me? And then they start to balance out, And they could continue to go down, or they could balance out and go up. But right now, we're in a time to where these dogs, it's based on what your program is. And a lot of y'all don't have a program. A lot of y'all want to breed and you're not really setting yourself up for success. You're setting yourself up for failure, for real, because you're not really building a program. You're not putting yourself out there. You just want to post pictures. That is over with. Just posting pictures and trying to sell your dogs is over with, man. That's like old school breeding marketing skills. Some of these older breeders is still able to do that because they have a name for themselves, and they've been doing it for a while, and they have a nice, good support system and a fan base, right? But us new breeders, or it's not even about new breeders. If you just ain't got no program at all and you're not putting yourself out there, it's going to be real rough to try to sell these dogs for a certain price, man. And that's why I'm saying, like, a lot of people bought these studs, a few years ago and bought a female and they got to wait 2 years to breed her. And now it's time for her to breed. And you done spent 8 bands, 6 bands on your female. And you done spent 5 bands, 6 bands. You feel me? Whatever you done spent, 7 bands, 8 bands, 10 bands on these stuffies, and now it's time to breed and you want your money back. You trying to get your money back. And it ain't really happening like that. And it's making people want to quit because they're like, man, I done invested all this money. But if you think smart, and if you be smart, you think smart, a lot of people is not going to do this. Build your breed stock. Hold on to a few females. Hold on to the best male out the litter that stands out. And use that in your camp. You don't have to keep renting out. You don't have to keep renting out to somebody else's camp and trying to buy a female or buy a male and stuff like that. Have you a litter and build your own breed stock. That's what I'm doing. You feel me? I went to a solid stud, right? That produced his ass off for my program. And now I have some stock that I could breed to, that I could work with, And this is another thing that people is not doing, right? So look, you go and breed to a stud, right? You have puppies. And in your mind, you want to go ahead and breed to a whole nother hype stud that's not even lining up with your camp, right? Not lining up with your camp. So when you go and do these breedings, sometimes it's a hit and miss. And these puppies ain't turning out how you want them to turn out. But what happens is, as a new breeder, people is going to be paying attention to what you producing. And if you're not producing stuff that people want, then you going to mess yourself off. That's why, and I'm going to show y'all one of my females off of my last breedings, right? 9 months here, 9 months. She's only 9 months. And look at her. She already looking grown. You feel me? Already looking grown. And you know how a lot of these breeders out here, I ain't gonna say a lot of these breeders. Some breeders out here, man, be pushing their dogs and be like, oh, they in the lanky stage and for one, the reason they in the lanky stage is because you're not really feeding your dog. They're not eating. So you're looking skinny as hell. I'm talking about why does your dog look like that if it's supposed to be a bully and they be like, trust the blood, trust the blood. No. Your dog is going to gradually turn into what they're going to turn into, right? But it's no really like at 9, 10 months, they super lanky and then you think they're going to turn into something. It don't work. They capping. The lanky stage is the lanky stage for a reason, but your dog needs to look like something. You feel me? I got some dogs that's going through some lanky stages, but they not looking tweakered out. I don't know what this is. Some of these people's dogs that they be talking about why they don't look a certain way. If you hoping on a dog to look like something because of what they look like, of what they don't look like now, you in a world of trouble. Do not buy a dog that don't have the look that you're looking for at that moment, expecting it to look like something else, because that's how you're gonna work yourself. You feel me? That's another way that back during the pandemic that people was getting scammed. You buying these dogs and these puppies, and y'all don't understand. A litter is not gonna fully have breed stock dogs. The whole litter is not gonna breed stock, and you gotta know that. You're gonna have some dogs that's gonna be way up here in the higher tier, and then you're gonna be having some dogs that's literally pet homes that should not be bred. Not because they all super messed up, but they just not breed material, man. So you gotta be smart with out here on what you doing, man, and game yourself up, man. Don't be a goofy breeder. Do not be a goofy breeder, because you gonna end up being like a lot of these people that's out here quitting and getting out the game. And don't move too fast, man. Buying 100 dogs or getting 100 dogs and then you don't know what to do with them. Man, don't set yourself up for failure. So be smart, man, what y'all doing, man. Game yourself up, man. There's a lot of people out here in the YouTube world that breeds, that's giving y'all some good game and showing y'all what your dog should look like. Showing y'all what these dogs should look like, man. Y'all be following some dogs and some breeders and a breed stock is, oh, maybe that's what y'all like, but I might have to do a video, man, on the difference between what a breed type dog is in the bully game is, and then what pet home quality or even what a pit bull terrier looks like. And we're gonna start doing a comparison of these dogs, man, so y'all can start seeing, because I want to be able to educate not only myself, continue to educate myself, but to educate y'all too as well, man, of the direction of where the ABKC American Bullies is trying to go, man. And I'm a pocket breeder, so that's mainly what I focus on. I hope y'all like this video, man. I hope y'all continue to tune into my content, man. Like I said before, one of my other videos, man, if you out there and you deal with clothes, you got your own design, you design your own clothes and stuff like that, man, I have my P.O. box in the description, man. If you want to send me your merch for me to put on, whether it be a hoodie, a shirt, a hat, something fly that I feel like that I like, man, I'll use in my content and help promote your whatever you got going on, man. So if you have your own merch going, man, go ahead and look at my P.O. box. Go look at the P.O. box in the description, man, and send that my way, man. If it's something I like, I'm a rock, man. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm gonna continue dropping gems on y'all. Man, I should be doing a trail vlog soon with the dogs. I'm gonna find a nice little trail, man, that something new that I can so I can get on with the dogs, man. Even though it's hot, I got to do it early in the morning, because yesterday it was like 100 degrees, man, and we don't want our dogs outside in that heat. Do not have your dogs in this heat, man. But, man, I appreciate y'all that's been rocking with me and that's tapped in this video, man, and tapping into my other videos. Like, comment, and subscribe to the content, man. Like, comment, and subscribe to the content, man. I appreciate y'all. I'm LB the Breeder, and I'm out.